So today I wanted to talk about all things high blood pressure. So commonly I get asked, what is high blood pressure? How does it happen? What do I do about it? Well, basically, high blood pressure is one of two things. We have a stiffness of the arterial walls, or we have arterial plaque buildup. Let's tackle the first one first. Arterial wall stiffness. This comes actually from sitting around too much, inactivity, and not expanding and contracting your blood vessels or your arteries. So, what do I mean by that? Well, think about a rubber band. A stiff, cold rubber band will sometimes break if you stretch it too fast, but as you move it continually, it gets that elasticity back into it. Our arterial walls are basically the same exact way. The more we use them, the more we get our heartbeat pounding on a jog or a walk or a bike, anything that exerts the heart rate, the more our arterial walls expand and contract. This allows for more flexibility in our arteries. And over time, you'll notice that your blood pressure actually begins to decrease and decrease with the elasticity back in your arterial walls. Let's tackle number two, arterial plaque buildup. Arterial plaque is caused by primarily inflammation in the blood vessels or in the arteries. What causes this inflammation? Well, number one trigger for this inflammation in the blood is something that we're consuming, sugar. Sugar actually has the ability to scratch and inflame the arterial walls. How so? Well, think about what sugar is. If you think about crystallized sugar, or if you were to take a lollipop and stick it to your table, right? It hardens. Sugar is just like that in the blood. So sugar going through our bloodstream actually scrapes the arterial walls. That inflammation causes us to strip calcium from our body, and that makes plaque to fill those grooves that are now made into the arterial walls. As that plaque builds up, it causes a hardening of the arterial walls, and that hardening decreases blood pressure because the harder that our arteries are, and the more that we get up, stand up, move, our heart starts pounding, and then those arterial walls don't have that same flexibility that we talked about in number one. Then our blood pressure begins to rise. So, what are some things that we can do for high blood pressure naturally? One of the things that we can do is start consuming blood thinning products. So this is just a simple Google search of natural blood thinners. And the number one that they had listed is turmeric. Turmeric is an Indian spice. The number one thing that turmeric does is the active ingredient curcumin, and that lowers inflammation. So again, we're talking about inflammation in the arterial walls. And if we can decrease that, we're going to decrease our blood sugar, so our blood pressure. So that's number one is turmeric. Number two, we actually have ginger, very similar to turmeric. Ginger is anti-inflammatory. It also is a natural blood thinner. Number three, cayenne peppers. So cayenne peppers, we can cook with them, different things like that. Lowers inflammation, also a natural blood thinning product. Get plenty of vitamin E. Things like almonds have vitamin E. This also is a natural blood thinner that can decrease blood pressure. Garlic is another one. There's all types of these different foods that we can use as natural blood thinning products in our regular diet that will help decrease blood pressure. Now, as outside of diet, what are some things that I've seen with clients that really, really lowers blood pressure fast? I keep wanting to say blood sugar for some reason. Anyways, another thing is walking, daily walking routine. My dog keeps me highly accountable in this regard. He gets me out every morning on a walk. I want him to be able to run and stretch his legs for the same reasons that I need to get that heart moving, blood circulating, the body moving and grooving. Just by doing that, you're expanding and contracting arterial walls. And every day that you do that, you're building that elasticity in the arteries, and the lower your blood pressure will go. So I've seen so many clients that come in with high blood pressure. They're on medications. I get them on a walking routine, 10,000 steps a day, trying to walk at least 15 minutes after every meal. And lo and behold, 4 to 6 weeks, they actually will start having symptoms from being on their medication. So that's one of the first things that we notice, that it may be time to step down from the medication and talk to your doctor, is that when you stand up, you're getting lightheaded. Your blood pressure is actually too low from now this arterial wall expansion that we've created with a walking routine. So any type of exercise will do this. It will build that elasticity in the arterial walls. However, we have another component to this high blood pressure situation, and that is stress. We live in one of the most stressful times, if not the most, in human history. We have more distractions, we have more media, we have more emails, texts, calls, all these different things trying to steal our attention. And this actually raises our stress and raises our cortisol. Cortisol actually is a stress hormone that we produce, and cortisol actually raises your blood pressure. Why? Because cortisol is our fight or flight hormone. And by raising blood pressure, we're speeding up circulation, and that's getting us ready to either flee or fight, something along those lines. So how can we decrease stress that will help decrease our blood pressure? A daily stress routine, whatever it is for you. It could be a bath and books. It could be lighting some candles and sitting in the dark and doing some stretching. What about walking that we talked about on that walking routine, or hiking, going out in nature, music, art, any type of these things that are creative outlets for us, that whatever it is for you, we're all different. Exercise for me is a huge stress reliever, but also just getting out and walking in nature, listening to the birds, grounding, walking barefoot in the grass, going down for a dip in the lake. These things are all very, very stress reducing for me. The other thing that we can do in combining stress with exercise, with these anti-inflammatory diet principles, is to also make sure that we can optimize our supplement routine to cater to this high blood pressure situation. So if you're struggling with high blood pressure and you are tired of taking meds, you're tired of having the side effects that comes with taking high blood pressure meds, there's many natural things you can do. To recap what we talked about so far, you can use an anti-inflammatory diet and just do a simple Google search of natural blood thinning products. Number 2, start a daily walking routine. Try to get 10,000 steps a day. And number 3, start a daily stress routine. Do one thing or 2 things a day that relieves stress for you. I promise if you do these 3 things, 4 to 6 weeks, you will see a change in your daily blood pressure. I've seen many people get off of blood pressure medications just from implementing these 3 things. So hope this helps. I'm Zach with musclesandveggies.com. I do one-on-one individual coaching that's completely bio-individual to you, the client. There's no cookie cutter approach. There's no fad diets. Everything that we do is completely custom to the individual, their blood type, their genetics, their body type. All these things play an account in how somebody responds to a protocol. So any coach that is not coaching that and they think a one-size-fits-all approach is the end-all be-all, they don't have enough clinical experience to know that that doesn't work. And we're all completely different individuals, and we need different approaches to suit us. This is why some people get so much benefit from a vegan diet. And then you got a whole other crowd of people that a vegan diet crap. Then you got a whole other group that they did keto and they gained weight and they got more inflamed. So you see my point. Everybody responds different to different modalities. We have to figure out what is catered and individual to you, the client. And that way we can get you on what makes your body feel really good. For more information, musclesandveggies.com. Comment, hit the like button, subscribe, share this with a friend. Hope you have a wonderful day.